Welcome to episode 15 of the Fake Fans podcast. Welcome back. We are just coming out of Anime Expo weekend.
Yes.
And yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Holy shit, spent a lot of time at Anime Expo. I was there 3 of the 4 days. He was there 4 of the 4 days.
All 4 days.
And he woke up at like 8, 9 a.m. to go. So
for
like
2 of the days.
Yeah, I was there for around noon past, and he was there for the majority of the days.
Yeah. So it's funny because specifically I went early in the mornings on Saturday and Sunday so that I could participate in the Penacony Honkai Star Rail booth where you do the gacha. Because the lines get hella long.
Oh.
I tried going on Friday, but they're like, oh yeah, we're out of the capsules today, so just come back tomorrow. We open at 9.
That's crazy.
And I go in the morning. I arrive there at 8:50 a.m. So actually I'm there a little early. And I get there and I line up. The line is already like the booth is in the fucking main entrance of Anime Expo, and the line for it already wraps around down the hallway. Probably like at least 100 people deep, something like that.
What the
The Hoyoverse employee goes down the line and then hands a sign to the guy 5 places in front of me and says, all right, the line is capped from here.
At 8:50 a.m.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, that fucking sucks. What time can I come back to line up again? They're like, oh, come back at noon? So, yeah, I had to wait basically 4 hours essentially to go back. And yeah, so I woke up early specifically just to do that one thing because I got no Hoyoverse clout. I got no Hoyoverse connects. And I got cucked. So I go back at noon. And at noon, they're just like, yeah, so we're not really letting people line up for this kind of sort of.
Oh.
So what ended up happening was after I left, they just actually passed that sign down to people behind them.
Oh. So you shouldn't have left.
So I guess I shouldn't have left, and they were just kind of cheating the system. But thank God the homie Tuanto, Jake, he actually just called his guy. He called his rep.
You got the hookup.
I got the hookup.
Before we go any further, guys, we're surrounded right now by Anime Expo merchandise.
Yeah, so this is mostly Scarra stuff.
This is purchased between the two of us.
Yeah.
One of us may have purchased a little bit more than the other.
Scarra, it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed. If you want to support local artists, that's completely fine.
I do. I love to support local artists, and this is the reason why I have purchased so much Kafka, Adventure Time.
Did you say Adventure Time?
It's close enough.
Aventurine, dude.
Sora and Iron Mouse.
Kingdom Hearts?
Wait, what?
Do you not like Kingdom Hearts?
Oh, I just never played it. Like a single time in my life.
God. Oh, Jesus. All right. Fine.
Like not once.
Okay. I mean, you bought like merch of your Kamiyoshi, right?
Yeah, of course I did.
Who's your Kamiyoshi again?
Kate Sith.
That's fucked up.
There we go. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. This like 95% of the shit on the table is mine. I
like 97.
97. Honestly, a lot of the stuff that Scarra got wasn't. He didn't even have to buy it. He just got it for free.
Yeah, they were really nice about it, and it was really cool. But Anime Expo this week was fucking cool. I think it was the best Anime Expo I've been to in the last couple of years.
It was pretty enjoyable.
I skipped last year, and the year before that, I think I went 1 or 2 days. It was just hell on earth. But these days, okay, first of all, Anime Expo it's held 4 days. It's the largest anime convention, I think, in the world, maybe number 1 and number 2 in LA Convention Center. And it's hot as balls. It happens on 4th of July weekend, and it's like minimum 80, 85, maximum like 90, 95, 100 in the convention hall. There's a lot of fucking people. I mean, like, packed with fucking people. And this year it wasn't as packed.
It wasn't as bad.
And I am so grateful. Like, I think they opened up 2 new exit lines, and they funneled people in and out a lot better. Like, logistically, Anime Expo is a logistical nightmare, and they handled it pretty well. And I'm very happy for that. It ended up being not that bad.
Yeah, badging in and out was significantly smoother in my experience this year versus last year. Last year was a shit show. Crowds were insane. There were times where I genuinely thought we were going to experience a crowd crush. Like, it was that packed, and it was that poorly managed in terms of like the flow of the crowd. But this year was actually not that bad at all. Like, I really felt like I was able to maneuver spaces. I actually was able to feel the fucking air conditioning.
Yeah, there was a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. There's always going to be a shitload of people. I think last year it was 390,000 people showed up for AX. This year, probably ballparking about like 3 to 4 as well. But you didn't feel that. It didn't feel that bad.
It actually made me feel like there were less attendees.
I don't know if that's even true, man. Maybe.
Because I'm wondering if like people like experienced Anime Expo last year were like, oh fuck that, I'm never going back to AX again. Because I personally know people that chose to do that. You know?
Yeah, it definitely there's Anime Expo always has this really crazy video that's shown on either TikTok or Twitter or whatever, where they show the 8 a.m. of the first day of Anime Expo, and it's packed. It's shoulder to shoulder people, and it looks miserable. No one would ever want to go to that. That has never been true of Anime Expo. That's like the first like hour you get there, an opening door of like I think like the first day and like Saturday. But like for the most part, as long as you just like walk and don't like walk normally, you're never gonna be in that kind of specific crazy of a crowd.
Yeah,
I would say. But it just spooks people to be like, we're never going back.
Yeah, I mean, last year there were a few times where like there were certain hallways. I remember specifically last year there was a hallway between the main hall to the entertainment hall, and there was like people trying to go up the escalator. Like basically there was like crowds of people trying to intersect in like one spot from like 4 different directions, and that's why it was a shit show. So this year it felt like they were able to manage that situation a lot better because I didn't experience that this year. But yeah, I would say that like all those crazy ass fucking lines that you see or the crazy ass crowds that you see are people just shooting footage of like the opening like hour or so when people are about to go into the convention. Because every time I've ever gone to AX at like noon, 1 p.m., it's always been pretty chill. Usually I'm able to just like straight up walk in and without any issue. And honestly, unless you are trying to specifically buy some AX exclusive merchandise that they have like limited quantity of, I don't really see a reason to go early.
Yeah,
personally.
I mean, you go early for panels, you go early for very specific limited merch, or you go early to maybe dodge a crowd in certain areas. But for the most part, it's like it's not that great. My advice: Thursday was very empty. So if you want to go buy stuff, Thursday and Sunday were the best to go. But Sunday is like limited stock because they've been selling out of the weekend. So that's up to you. The way AX is done is there's panels all around AX that get hosted from not even like normal con times, is like 8 to 6. We had a panel at 7 p.m. and it hosted in the hotels surrounding. Also, there is a artist alley, huge one, held in the underground parking lot, kind of refurbished into like a artist alley, humongous artist alley. Me and Peter walked it. I'll tell you this: we did get stopped a lot because we're kind of famous. We're kind of well known. All my fans are weebs.
How are you able to fucking say that with a straight face? That shit hurts my soul genuinely.
All my fans are weebs, man. I've come to realize.
I definitely feel like I got recognized more at Anime Expo than I did at TwitchCon.
Yes,
comparatively.
Like I would go to like, it's weird. I went to Offkai, the VTuber convention, and I got recognized a ton there. And I came here and I'm like, I thought all my fans were like League fans or like OTV fans, but they're all weebs.
Scarra, the Venn diagram of League, OTV, and anime fans is, I think, nearly a perfect circle. Oh, okay. Close.
No, my fans are cool. They play, they're doctors and they like play sports and shit. You know?
I mean, that is actually trippy. I remember there was a fan that walked up to Scarra and said, Scarra, I've been such a huge fan of you since your dig days. And
I was in middle school.
Yeah, I was in middle school. And then he's like, Scarra was like, so what do you do now? He's like, oh, I'm about to graduate med school.
Yeah, he's about to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's my boy. This guy's smart as hell.
Yeah.
But I think so. We ended up getting recognized quite a bit. So when we're walking the artist alley, they do. This is how big the artist alley is. They just have aisles, for artist alleys, and it's they separated by letters of the alphabet, A and B, one row all the way down. To walk an entire row to look at both sides of the row. It took me and Peter about 45 minutes a row.
Yeah.
If
we're rushing.
We did 2 rows. It took us like almost 2 hours. We got stopped a lot, but it was just like there's a ton of art.
Yeah.
Any obscure art you'd want, it was there. You want fucking, I don't know, Prince of Tennis. There's like a couple people do that. You want Hulk. There was Nana art there. And
yeah, the Nana booth was actually quite popular.
Yeah, I mean, people love Nana. That is definitely one of the more obscure but really popular ones.
Yeah.
So it's just all over the place. And then on top of Artist Alley, upstairs is the exhibitor hall where the main exhibitors are hosting a bunch of stuff. And their booths are much bigger. Like the artist alley booths are like a 9x9 or something like that. You get one helper. The exhibitor hall are like you have like up to like 10 helpers, and the booths are just
you have like a huge square, and like it's like way more spacious up there for like the exhibits and stuff like that. So, which I guess makes sense because that's like more corporate.
Yes, it definitely is.
Yeah.
And then if you're a big enough artist, you ask for an exhibitor
Yeah.
thing because like, yeah, you just can't.
But apparently, the exhibit hall has stricter rules in terms of like the types of things that you could have for sale.
Oh,
I saw that there are artists getting copyright notices, like
I saw that
for having certain art.
Yeah, there's a couple manga or a couple of like businesses who do not like art. Technically, like it's not legal for you to do fan art of the places
and like sell it. Yeah.
And sell it. I think the exception is like
Hoyoverse
and Riot.
Yeah.
Riot have always been like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
About it. But yeah, Hoyoverse is even crazier. They give everyone, all their fans, the 3D models, like the actual models. So when you see like the dances, the stuff, I think it's because they have the actual models online you can download.
And they just like rig it and do it themselves.
Yeah, like it's
it's smart. Like if I think that's smart.
I think
like,
it's hella smart.
It's just free promotion.
Yes. That's why Riot's always had like their music. You can just use whatever.
Yeah.
Like they've been really smart about keeping that like on top. But like some other places, they don't like you.
Yeah, no, Japan, from my understanding, a lot of like businesses in Japan see like fan art as like competing with their products. Like if more sales for fan art means less sales for official merch. But it kind of fucking sucks because like I feel like a lot of times like they don't actually have that much official merch.
Yes.
So yeah,
like their official merch is like a keychain, a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And maybe like their physical product.
Yeah.
And then like we look at some of the artist alley booths, and people are creative as hell, man. They have like shaker charms. They have like the acrylic stands. They have foil prints. They have like really awesome stuff. Like I love the artist alley. It's the main reason why I go, even though I did not buy that much this year. I usually love just even watching it. And like honestly, this year there's so many cosplay. I think if you're a cosplay lover, AX was the place to go this year.
Yeah, there was a lot of incredible cosplays this year, and honestly, not all of them were Genshin, so that was pretty cool. Not to shit talk Genshin cosplayers, I like Genshin cosplayers.
Oh yeah,
but I remember
Name
last
10.
year, Shenhe, Gon. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna fucking do that. But I mean, I just remember last year, like it felt like everyone was dressing up as Genshin.
Yes,
but this year I felt like there was way more variety. Because now there are Honkai cosplayers, baby. Yeah.
It's just Hoyo.
I'm so fucking Honkai Star Rail.
Dude, there's gonna be a HoYoCon at some point, and Peter's like, I'm gonna have to go, man. This is literally my whole thing.
I mean, yeah, I would 100% go.
The Hoyo at this point has ZZD, Genshin, and Honkai. 3 huge games.
And that's not even including Honkai Third Impact.
Yeah, Honkai Third Impact, and they have their nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
They have like 5 things to talk about.
I think I own like a percentage of that power plant.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. I went kind of crazy at Artist Alley I went to Artist Alley every day. I went to Artist Alley every single fucking day. And I actually bought more at this AX than I did at all of the other AXs combined.
Yeah, he went crazy.
I had 2 of my cards from 2 separate banks they froze my cards because they thought I was committing fraud, or like someone stole my card and was committing fraud.
I'm not surprised. I too would think that.
I'm just glad that I didn't actually have to call them and like clear it up. They like I could just say, "Oh, this transaction was flagged as fraudulent. Can you clear it?" And you just type yes. Really nice, and I get to spend another $1,000 in the artist alley. It's really nice.
The one thing I loved is that it looks like, okay, so I was talking to an old cosplayer, someone who cosplayed back in like much earlier cons, like way before COVID, like 2016, yada. And apparently back then, like it was hard to be a cosplayer because you had to make everything yourself. And nowadays, like there's so many like pre-done cosplays, and some of the qualities are iffy at best. But the best part is like people who are just casual lovers of anime and manga are just all cosplayed up.
Yeah.
Like me and Peter went, and he was Law and I was Kuma. And we tried to find hats, but we couldn't find them.
Yeah, we fucked up.
But we saw a lot of like Demon Slayer. Like people were wearing like the Demon Slayer outfits, the Hashira outfits. We saw a lot of Chainsaw Man.
Not Chainsaw Man.
A ton of like Aki, just like very easy cosplays. And that's great. Like there's easy cosplays. And I think that's cool. Like a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen. Every buff ass dude was Toji.
Yeah.
And
a lot
like,
of Toji.
That's cool. Like that's fine. I like that. And I think that's cool that you can have just people be like like it. Like all the groups are just cosplayed up as their casual friend groups. And I think that's awesome when you can dress up for something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could drop like $100 to $150 for like a full cosplay now of like, it's probably like iffy quality. Maybe it won't survive the weekend, but if you and the homies just want to cosplay like a simple group cosplay, like it's pretty easy to do now. It's really accessible.
And it showed that this AX because everyone and their mom was cosplayed up, and I think that's awesome. It's like going to the Renaissance fair. Like we want to dress up. Even when you go to like places like EDC, like raves, you have people be like all specific thing. I think it's nice to just be able to dress up to stuff. Like any excuse for me.
Yeah, I want our friends to do a group cosplay one day, but I know that our friends are kind of over AX. Like as a whole.
they fucking hate conventions.
Yeah.
Part of the reason they hate conventions is the reason why me and Peter we just get stopped a lot.
Yeah.
But like my logic about it is that like, look, if I really do care about getting stopped a lot at these conventions, which sometimes it becomes a little annoying, it's like I would rather get recognized than not. Like if at the point where I stop getting recognized completely, I'd be like, oh shit, I like super fell off.
Yeah.
It's probably not good.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I just think that I could just wear like sunglasses, like hoodie. Like people go to pretty far extremes, like they have like sunglasses on, they have the hoodies over the sunglasses, and they wear like a face mask. Like then it's impossible, essentially. I haven't gone that far, but maybe I should, because I don't think I've ever really experienced a normal con experience. I haven't.
I'm gonna be honest, Scarra. I don't think a mask and sunglasses are gonna help you. You are just like, you just have like a very distinctive look, and especially it's like when you're gonna be wearing shit like this, like the drip that you wear is so distinguishable.
I told Peter that, okay, first of all, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm wearing a cardigan I got from AX, so this is one of the only purchases I made. It's got clouds on it. It's really cute. And I've been wearing a lot of cardigans recently and sweaters. I love cardigan sweaters. I like to think of my style right now as a cross between what grandmas wear, like grandma core, and like person pushing 40.
Well, I kind of look at you. You kind of look like a indie music artist. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I like it.
I can make some fire indie music.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, you look good. I mean, I've always liked your sense of fashion, and I feel like very few people can pull off what you can pull off. So it looks good.
I think people are just, no, that's not true. I get really lazy, but I do like sweaters and cardigans.
No, I think it's because you have a jovial look to you. You look like a happy guy. You know what I mean?
I do think it's harder to hide my build. Like Lily went to AX this year and she's like, oh, it's pretty easy to get around. And I'm like, I look at her fit and I'm like, she's wearing, like, she has pink hair, a face mask, and she's wearing like essentially clothes straight from Japan. And I'm like, wow, I wonder how it's easy for you to blend in here, Lily. Like, and then she hung out with us, Peter, who's fucking 6 foot, literally unmistakable across the room, and me, who I speak once, and people are like, oh, is that his voice?
Apparently, we have really distinctive voices. I mean, like, obviously, I'm not the one.
Yeah, I can't
listening.
tell.
Like, it's just like we hear each other, we hang out with each other.
I heard my laugh. If I laugh, people will recognize me.
Oh yeah, your laugh is super distinct.
So that sucks. Well, like in this situation, but Lily hung out with us for like an hour, and she got stopped so much. And I'm like, yep.
I could tell this is how it goes down with the three of us. It'll be like they'll see me first because I'm just physically taller.
6 foot.
They'll be like, "Is that Peter?" And it's like, "I'm pretty sure that's Scarra." That's Lily. Yeah, they'll freak the fuck out.
I love the last part. Dude, no joke. One of my favorite moments was when a girl fell to their knees in the exhibitors hall, meeting Lily, and Lily was just like, "What do I do?" You just see her like.
Literally fell to her knees in aisle JK of Artist Alley.
It was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
That literally the highlight of my week.
That was great. My highlight of my week was when a guy went to take a photo with you and Lily. And he's like, oh, Lily, Scar, can I take a photo with you guys? And you guys took a photo. And I'm just like standing to the side because he didn't ask to take a photo with me. And he comes up to me and he's like, Peter, I don't want you to feel left out. Let's take a photo too. I'm just like, bro, dude.
God, that.
I mean, I thought that was fucking funny, but I just said,
phrasing is a little rough, man.
Yeah. I was like, Brent, can't you just say you want to take a photo?
My favorite moment or my most interesting moment was I was at a VTuber party.
Mm-hmm.
I was leaving it. Okay, so there was a lot of VTubers there. Had a good time. Met a couple of people. But the most interesting thing happened afterwards. I'm leaving. Someone stopped me. Hey, Scarra. And I'm like looking over. I'm like, how do I know this guy? I've met him before. He's like, hey, I'm Jacob. I'm like, Jacob? He's like, yeah, I'm Jacob from Faku. And I'm like, and he's like, I'm the CEO. I'm like, the CEO of Faku? We've met before. Because I met him like 4 or 5 years ago. And then next to him, I meet another person. I think her name was Angela. And they started talking about, it was 3 people. They started talking about what they do. Obviously, CEO of Faku does pornographic hentai essentially online. They're like one of the biggest English websites for it.
Scarra's specialty, yes.
And then the next person, it was like essentially they were telling me their tags. The next person was like, I do BL. I do only BL. I do publishing BL. Do you know anyone who loves BL? I would love to send them BL. And I'm just like, huh?
We do have some friends.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll let you know. And then the person next to him is like, yeah, I do Bara. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? And as I'm going through and introducing myself and talking to them, and they have to go, the CEO is like, yo, hey, what's Scar? If you ever want to collab, hit me up. And I'm just thinking as he walks away, I'm like, what kind of collab?
What do you mean by
what
that?
does he like think I would?
Did he want to draw you into one of his works? Maybe.
Yeah, like do I either hire an artist who's put out like a fucking dojin of me or something?
How much to be in a dojin? Like they pay you to use your likeness in a Bara dojin.
I feel like that would be nothing. Please, never.
Just don't.
But
do
like
it.
like VTuber, I think is more like I'm disassociated enough to where it wouldn't be just cringe, ridiculous.
You would do Bara of your
I
dragon
would
VTuber?
never want to do Bara. Bara is just off the table. Just
okay. What if it's heterosexual?
Yeah, I'd
like
be
what
more
if
down.
it's you and
But like in my perfect world for collab, I would just release like the most comfy slice of life like 18-page manga, but every page you'd be like a hypothetical sexual encounter happens, and it's like no, they're just gonna have fun. It's like a fake out, you know, and it's just
it's
like
kind of like if you have an OnlyFans, but there's no sexual content.
Yeah, it's like at the very end, it's like a loving couple, and that's it.
That's cool. So you like vanilla?
Yeah, it'd
That's
be
your
like
genre.
well, it'd be like hella vanilla.
Yeah.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
I feel like, dude, you should release a 4-coma. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but like the four panel format.
Oh.
I feel like your VTuber or you as a character would suit you perfectly for that.
I would want to find an artist that could do cute ones just to do. I think cute comics are nice.
Oh.
Whenever Lily does like a cute comic or like a small cute comic, I'm like, that was cool. This brightens my day.
No.
But anyways, if anyone has any ideas for a Faku X Scarra collab, let me.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, reach out. We need to get some sponsors for this fucking podcast. So like, fuck you, hit us up, bro.
No,
like, we're
man.
fucking down. Okay, you could use my likeness in a bar. No, okay, maybe not.
I mean, if he said it,
Well, I mean,
Anita.
Everyone has a price.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, Anita is into BL. Well, she's not into BL, but she likes to ship guys together. That's not the same thing, I think. So there's these two guys from this K-pop group called Zero Base One.
Yeah.
Zonghao and Sung Hanbin, and their ship name is Halbin, and so I know all this because Anita likes to tell it to me in excruciating detail, but yeah, she'll show me some like fan made webcomics sometimes of the two characters like
I'm sorry,
having a romantic encounter.
Fan made webcomics,
like Twitter comics, yeah.
Like how long are these? How many?
They're like one pagers.
I was like, how many of them?
They're like
are
one
there?
pages where like there's a lot of them, but it's like a it's like I don't know, like Sung Hanbin will be like sitting down and chilling or something, and then Zhang Hao just pops in for a kiss, shit like that, like just cute shit. And I've seen a lot of those.
You've seen it sounds like you've seen more than a lot.
No, she'll be like, baby, look how well they drew Sung Hanbin, and then there's just like one of them is just like holding the other against the wall or some shit. I'm just like, okay. Like I don't want to yuck her yum. If that's what makes her happy, then I'm happy for her.
And that's a green flag right there.
Yeah, just want to make her happy.
Anyways, that's probably gonna be the last time I ever talk about my crazy collabs with me. I think
we need to do more crazy collabs. We need to get out there.
What is your craziest collab that you could think of?
Craziest collab that I could think of. What if we got like a Japanese AV voice actor to join us? Or like just it doesn't even have to be Japanese. I'm sure there's like English dubs of like hentai. We just get one of those, and then we like reenact a scene together.
Oh,
purely through voice.
Oh,
I don't know. I can't really think crazy. What about you?
Wait, I meant a different way. Like you would like, okay. I was thinking we get like a neurospace, neurospace, like a Google engineer, or some crazy thing like person who works like underwater welding in the tropics.
That's the direction of crazy you were talking about.
Yeah, like you went one crazy, I went a more exotically crazy.
Your idea sounds good. I'm down for some underwater welding.
Yeah, your idea sounds good too.
Why'd you say underwater welding? Is it because it's like one of the highest mortality rates in like any given profession?
I mean, this is the first thing that came to mind, man.
Okay.
I don't know. I was thinking like astronaut, I don't know, some random stuff.
Yeah, we need to send hentai into space. I'm down.
Bro, did you? Okay, I learned because I had a lunch with Malin and Connor VA.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Trash Taste guys, people who help Trash Taste. Malin's just a voice actor.
Oh, really?
Yes, he used to be a voice actor. He did the voice for Black Butler. Fan voice.
You know, I didn't know that.
Really?
I don't know the Connor lore.
Oh, he had one of the most popular fan dubs of Black Butler's main character.
Oh,
which is where he got he has a lot of female fans because of that.
I'm like relatively new to just like things within like the anime like popular culture sphere. Does that make sense? Like I know about manga and anime, but I don't know much about like what those people are into like outside of that in terms of popular culture. So like
that's fair.
I just knew Connor as that cool British guy on Trash Taste.
Iron Mouse guy.
Yeah. Well, that too. So that was my introduction to me.
No, and I think that's cool. I think
that's cool.
I think I got it right. I don't know if that's specifically 100% accurate, but I'm pretty sure the VA stands for voice actor.
So, okay. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So
I didn't know that.
I'm having lunch with them.
Okay.
And they're explaining to me, because I talked to them about Japanese politics. I heard something crazy.
Right.
That there was a Japanese woman running for some sort of thing in Japanese politics, and like she just stripped in one of her,
like naked?
Not naked.
Or like she took off clothes?
She took off clothes to where like it's kind of like definitely racy for being on TV.
For like a politician running for a position, yeah.
And then she, at the end of her thing, after she did that, was like, here's my phone number. I will respond to everyone who contacts me. And
so
I'm
she's
like,
your Kamiyoshi. Maybe.
And I was like, that's crazy, man. Why is this possible? And I was told by them that like anyone who runs for office or is guaranteed screen time on national TV. It's different than the United States. And I'm like, oh, and she's like, that's why you see some crazy stuff sometimes from Japan. And I'm like, Japan's such an interesting country that I'm not here to compare like America's better than Japan or whatever. I was
just gonna say like it's funny that we're saying that because like I think American politics is its own fucking clown rodeo. So yeah,
dude, thinking about the current candidates makes me want to blow my brains out.
Well, we'll just see. Maybe we can get Connor VA to run for president instead.
Dude, when Mr. Beast was like, "Hey, I'd consider running for president if the age was lower," and I'm like, bro, like maybe I'd vote for him, but like that's kind of sad that I would even say
26?
That. Dude, that's so young. He's almost a decade younger than me.
Yeah, that's insane.
But I feel like he owns YouTube, like literally owns YouTube.
Yeah, he definitely like has some percentage of it, surely. Right?
Yeah, like he is crazy.
Yeah,
like when that guy has more plaques than I have like bills in my bank account, it's crazy.
How many subscribers? He has like hundreds of
millions
of subscribers
because he has multiple channels, like over. It's all in different languages. Like he literally owns YouTube.
That's
he is actually insane.
Yeah, holy fuck. But yeah, dude. So Japanese politics is just like, I don't know, man. Would you if you could run for a position in Japan, what would be your platform?
Decensor cocks and hentai. These are like not cocks, just all the weird censoring.
Yeah, the black lines that
it just feels weird. I'm not about it.
I'm like kind of surprised that they still like censor shit in the year 2024.
Especially because I feel like the stuff that comes from like sometimes I feel like censorship laws make the country a little bit more freaky. You know what I mean? Like for sure.
They had to be more creative in the ways they get around things.
In Korea, porn is illegal.
It's illegal?
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to film.
Is that why Twitch Korea is so fucking horny?
I think to some extent that's a lot of the reason why. I don't know if it's fully illegal or like it's something about pornography is a little illegal, but like yeah, it is Korea. Okay, this is one of those things I want to fact check. Literally in middle is porn.
That would make a lot of sense though, just because like I wondered why I saw so many like
South Korea is one of the few countries that explicitly prohibits all forms of pornography.
All forms.
It's the pornography websites, books, films, magazines, which is crazy because I think they have a really crazy a high amount of like I think pornographic manhwa, and then they also have like their like a lot of streamers I've seen, female streamers, they've like adopted their triple look setup,
The Kage Bunshin tech.
yeah, the Kage Bushin tech, and they're like riding bicycles or something. Like, you know, they got some tech over there that like needs to be studied essentially. But like I feel like a lot of censorship is like just it works the other way for their society.
Is that why Korean men are so fucking angry because they don't have anything to fucking jerk it to? That explains a lot to me. I mean, there's that whole fucking.
You're the only Korean man here.
There's that whole fucking like feminist movement in Korea where like I think it's called like 4B, something like that. Yeah. So
I remember it was close to 2B that I had laughed, and then I think it's 4B.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they also have the lowest birth rate of any country in the world. I think one of the lowest.
Is it? Wow. Okay.
It's like a country to grow needs a birth rate of like anywhere between. I think it's like 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw a video where Korea's birth rate was like 0.8 or less. Like less than one woman was giving birth to one kid. And that is insane.
So they're on the verge of like societal collapse, basically.
Excluding like immigration and all that. Yeah, I heard it's kind of bad over there.
Reiwa needs their own. They need their own like Reiwa era.
Oh, they unban pornography. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah,
but yeah,
they're pretty conservative though. So
I feel like Japan's also one of those countries where it's like it's a little weird. Like culturally, like everything is a little bit different in all the countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what's okay in America would definitely not fly in Japan.
Yeah,
and some of the cultural shocks, like for instance, cheating is a lot more accepted in Japan, which is like the more like
whoa. So I don't know if it's accepted, but it's
more common. Yeah. I should say. And it's surprising. Like I've heard NTR is like one of the biggest, most popular tags ever. And I'm not sure what exactly that entails, but just an interesting fun fact.
So is Ugly Bastard, I'm pretty sure.
I hate that tag. It's literally the worst tag.
Yeah, Ugly Bastard is a pretty popular, where it's just like a really ugly guy that like gets to have intercourse with the hot anime girl.
That's literally the worst tag.
Ugly Bastard and Netorare.
Stop, man. That's like the worst.
I mean, we did visit the hentai section.
We visited the hentai section of Anime Expo, and it's like there's an 18 plus section. It's like there's literally a square, and the outside is just like it's a black square essentially. You have to loop around and enter from the side, and there's a lot of cock.
There's a lot of really detailed cock.
Like when you walk in, I expected to see tits and ass. You know, that's it.
And there was a lot of tits and ass, but
there was a lot, but like there was massive cocks.
The amount of cock, amount of Gojo cock and Sakuna cock.
Yeah, it was like an unbelievable amount. Like I was surprised. I was like, wow. Like
yeah. It was funny because we got recognized a lot in the hentai section.
Okay, a lot is a stretch. We got recognized.
We got recognized like for how long we were in the hentai section.
Well, I mean, your friends pulled up, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Your friends pull up during the hentai section.
Yeah, I don't want to like out them like who they are, but like yeah, I had some acquaintances that I hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah,
like, we met there, and it's funny because it was just like I'm not like particularly close to them. Like we're friendly.
Yeah,
but like yeah, we're just like chilling in the hentai section. We're like. Yeah, so like, where's the best place to go here?
Yeah, what are you guys into? Like,
yeah, so.
But it was interesting. We didn't spend that much time in there. We spent
like literally like 5 minutes.
So there's this artist called Sakimi-chan, and they have a booth outside of the 18 plus booth that I went to with Peter and Lily, and I was like, holy shit, I know this person. They're fucking famous. They do all kinds of like tasteful and then like complete not safe for work versions. I think they probably make a boatload of money. And we went to their safe for work section, and even that was like that was not really safe for work. Okay, and then they had a separate booth. They had 2 booths, one in normal exhibitors hall and one inside the 18 plus one, and their 18 plus one was popping.
It was so popular.
There were a lot of fucking people there.
I think that booth was like 3 times the size of like the safer work version in the exhibit hall, and it was like massive crowd of people.
Massive cock there.
Massive. Wait, cock?
Yes.
Talking me, Sean? I thought all I saw was titties and vajayjay. Some vagine. Some vagine. Was there cock?
I'm pretty sure.
I guess I was just fixated on one thing. I guess 2 things. 3 things. Anyway, yeah, it was funny because like when we're in the exhibit hall, it's not even like her safe for work booth wasn't that popular or anything.
It was pretty popular.
It was pretty popular, but like in the hentai section, like the 18 and up section, it was like mass. It was like probably the biggest crowd in that area.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Disappointingly enough, no VR fuck machine that we could find.
So in prior years, there was like a VR section, and there were videos of people just like
going to town,
air fucking in VR.
The thing is, it's not like air fucking. I think there was like an actual like mold that they were pressing their genitals to.
And like I would be so like to do that in public. I'm not gonna lie, it takes balls. Like if you bet me money, I would not do that.
No, yeah. I don't think there's. Well, I guess maybe.
Especially because people would film me doing it. I would definitely not do that.
I would do it for $1 billion.
I mean, I would do it for less, but
I would do it for $10 million.
I would do it for $10.
Okay. Well, anyway, gonna set up a VR fuck machine in the living room of OTV. I got you guys. Content coming up soon on my OnlyFans page. But yeah, so I guess they did away with the VR. I mean, I didn't see one, and we were specifically looking for that for Scarra's vlog content. So
that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Not for you to use, surely, right?
Surely.
Just to show that it exists.
But we were in there. We went to the rest of the exhibit hall before then, and we saw like it's like all the big booths. Like we saw the Hoyo booths. They're all next to each other. All the Gacha games were very close, except for Nikkei. Nikkei was in the main floor at the very bottom. They had like a summer booth.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna be honest, like I think the quality of booths has gotten up a lot.
Yeah.
Like before, like a booth is kind of lame. It's like people put on like posters or whatever. There's like maybe like a cutout, cool. But now booths are insane. The Blue Lock booth was like, it was like a fucking soccer field, and they had like all the characters striking on the sides with a bunch of TVs. I think people are really going all out. But
yeah,
you kind of have to, because I think a booth at AX costs like thousands of dollars.
They're trying to make it way more of an actual like experience.
Yes.
To be at these booths, like ranging from like if you're an anime booth like Blue Lock, where like they had like the pitch, and also they had like the computer area, like all the behind the scenes people work in. Like they emulated all of that. The Honkai booth and the Genshin booth, they really outdid themselves there. Nikkei was doing their summer event, so it looked like a summer beach vibe with the fucking like summer beachside like shack kind of vibe. That was cool. I actually brought Anita over to Nikkei because like they had these giant bags that I wanted to get to like hold all my AX shit in. And Anita was like, "Oh, Nikkei, have you played this game before?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I played this game." And then she's like, "What's the gameplay like?" I was like, "Oh, they have a TV over here. Let me show you." And it was just like girls with massive titties jiggling in like bunny outfits, and she's like, "This is a game? Like, you played this?"
I've
like,
heard the story got reworked, and it's pretty good now.
No, I believe it, but like,
I don't play.
Trying to explain this to Anita, I was like, "Oh no, this is like a shooting game. Like the girls have guns."
Oh yeah.
And then like you like take turns using the different characters to shoot like robots and shit. And she's like, "Really? Okay." And then it shows the gameplay, and then like, you know, obviously there's a girl shooting a machine gun, but her ass is like jiggling, vibrating nonstop. And she's like, "Do you still play this game?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "It's like, I don't mind. Like, I'm not gonna judge you if you do, but I just like, you know, it's interesting to know." And I was like, "No, this is not fun anymore." So.
She's finding a lot out about you recently.
Listen, man, Nikkei, I installed it for the Chainsaw Man crossover and played it for a little bit, and then, you know,
you're the Gacha gamer now. You have to play all the Gacha games.
Which is funny because like I don't actually play that many different Gacha games.
You play the Hoyo games.
I play but I don't even play Genshin. I don't play Genshin right now. My main thing was to catch up on the story on Honkai, and then I'm trying out ZZZ. So I'm playing that. I'm like dabbling in ZZZ.
Dude.
But like Genshin, there's so much fucking content in Genshin. It's like kind of intimidating. So I'm like taking my time.
You know, we were introduced to the Horse Girl Gacha game. Where we were there.
Uma Musume.
Yes. So we're in line. We're walking down, and we turn and we see people lined up for it. And as we turn, one of our fans stops us, "Hey, can we get a picture?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then we talk to him about the game because he's also nearby, and he's like, "Oh, I play this game. Like I played it on the cracked version because they were showing off the English versions to be released soon." He's like, "Oh, it's great. This is the #1 Gacha game in Japan." And I'm like, "The #1 Horse Girls? This one?"
I just want to know.
I want to know what it's like.
With this idea.
Oh, I think it's based off like an anime series or something.
I was told that the horses in the game.
Yeah.
Were based off of real life Japanese race horses.
Oh,
I don't know if that's true though, but I was told that.
I mean, that's cool.
They turned horses into idol girls. Japan is unstoppable.
I mean, as long as they're not like they're not sexualized.
Yeah, no, they're just like cute idol girls. So
Yeah.
like it's not like weird yet.
I mean, it's still
I'm sure like there
weird.
was a subsect of the internet that has made it weird.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like, that's just to be expected.
but we hand wave a lot of Japan stuff. We're like, yeah, you know,
like, would you fuck a horse?
Huh?
What? Anyway,
it's like that mermaid question.
yeah,
Top half
Top
mermaid
half.
or bottom half?
top half.
Top half mermaid.
Yeah.
So you'd have the fish on top.
Oh no, sorry, bottom half mermaid.
Same.
So bottom half fish.
Yes, because I need to be able to talk to them.
Oh, that was not my thought process. I just really like titties.
And that's fair too.
Yeah.
And we never will judge about that because we are a judgment-free zone here on our podcast.
The fact that you say that every time I say something sus makes me feel like this is somewhat of a judgment plenty zone. I'm trying to think of a way to phrase that, but I failed. But yeah. Anyway, I did want to bring up the big thing that we watched this weekend.
Oh. I
like what you did there. That was nice.
For audio listeners who can't see, I'm pulling up a Dandadan poster that we were given for going to the Dandadan world premiere of their anime. This anime is coming out by Science Saru, and it will be out in 3 months, I think.
I believe in September they're releasing a movie, which is essentially the first 3 episodes, but the world premiere of just like the anime like ongoing will be in October.
It's the next anime season, so it's winter of 2024. Made by Science Saru, who is famous for making Devilman Cryberry,
Devilman Cryberry,
baby. I think maybe he can say that. I did not mean to say that. Ezukin and my personal favorite, Ping Pong the Animation. That's a top 5 for me.
Don't need to watch that.
Top 5, top fucking 5. And so they're a very specific like studio. They only do like very interesting like things that like I feel like every time they do an anime, like their characters they're able to be like not inhuman, but they do like they can get stylized a little bit out there, which is cool. I kind of like that. It's a little interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But it was peak.
Yes, we went to the panel. Scarra's friend Malin got us in, and
yeah,
so we were able to watch it with some friends. Like we got to see the director, the voice actor for Okarun, and also for Momo.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a couple other of the behind the scenes staff.
We saw the guy from Science Saru. We saw the director. This is like his first directed anime series, like major directed anime series, which is crazy that he was able to get this project.
Yeah. So it was really cool because the director clearly really fucking cares about this project. Like he was basically going like frame by frame for some of the action sequences in Dandadan and explaining his entire thought process behind how he wanted each frame to look, the feeling it should convey. He was like, oh, like, you know, like I wanted his jaw to be a little more angular here. So I edited it.
The panel is an hour.
Yeah.
And the first episode is like, if you take all the cuts out of it, it's only like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So they had to fill 40 minutes of time. And the way they filled the time was interviews with the cast. And then most of what they filled it with was like, they had the original animation sheets. I don't know what they're called. The panels. And he was going over every panel, and he would show us the animation, like the rough animations of the panel, and be like, we went to the leg didn't come out enough here, so I made sure like it came out more, like this is what I did. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like he was really into it, and I'm like, this is a very technical presentation, but it's cool that like he thought of it, and it was watching like one of the characters run, and he's like, well, if you see more of the leg, or like if it comes out more, like the running animation looks better, and it did. And so I was just very happy to see that kind of passion. And then we saw the anime, and it was
fucking good.
Sick.
The first episode, I was a little apprehensive because like Scar and I have been hyping up this manga for forever, like since its inception, and to see the first episode get the justice it deserves, like I'm hella excited. I'm gonna be very invested in this anime when it comes out. Like I have not been this excited to like follow an anime series in like a long time, and it just looks good.
It looks great, and the voice acting feels like very good. I think the biggest thing is that like a lot of times we talk about pacing, and I think pacing overall is like it's kind of a personal preference. But I would say that you'd want stuff to be pacing's gotten faster over the years because attention spans have gotten lower. So you no longer can do like a very slow pacing for an action thing because you'll lose interest, right?
Yeah.
It was paced so fast and it didn't feel like they held back.
Yeah. The humor was also just great. Like just the way that their little exclamations, and they had so many quirky personality traits that they expressed really well.
They did show some of the questionable stuff that I'm sure Dandadan fans are going to get flamed for the first episode.
Yeah, okay. So the most questionable shit in Dandadan is all in the first episode, which is like basically an alien abduction scene. You'll understand what I mean when I say it. But like after that shit, it's just like I don't remember anything
I'm
else.
not going to say there's no other thing in the story, but I will say...
Is it because you remember something? Or is
I
it because
don't remember.
I personally don't remember anything making me feel nearly as like kind of weird about the series as like that first chapter. But even then, it's still like it gets over it pretty quick, and then just like is just fucking breakneck pace after that.
It is great. It is super good. I cannot wait. It is awesome. I encourage you guys to all watch it. I'm not telling you guys to go to the theaters to watch the first 3 episodes, but if you're in the area,
I might do it.
I might do it too.
Like, because I usually am kind of like, oh, this movie is like episodes combined. Like that's so fucking lame. Like, because I did that for Demon Slayer. I was brought to a Demon Slayer movie and I had no idea what I was watching.
Was it you didn't like Train or was it?
It was not Train.
Oh,
it was.
Oh, it was other one.
I think it was from season 2. It was like a movie that showed like the last 3 episodes of season 2 combined or something like that. And like I didn't know that was what I was watching when I got into it, so I was like extremely disappointed. But like obviously, had I known what it was going into it, I probably wouldn't have been. But like, yeah, that's not like the type of thing I really care to see in theaters. But for Dandadan, I'm fucking down. I'm down.
We'll see what the time slot looks like when it comes out in theaters.
Yeah.
The one thing about living in LA is that like all the premieres are here.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna, it's just like easiest to get stuff. So if it's limited in theaters, which I think it will be,
yeah,
there'll definitely be a showing in LA.
Yeah. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yeah, I'm very bullish, as they say, on Dandadan, but we have been like their biggest supporters for years.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's never fallen below my top 5 in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because when Chainsaw Man was my number 1 or Beastars was my number 1, they both fell off my top 5.
Yeah.
Like, Chainsaw Man is not in my top 5 right now. But I have not caught up recently. I'm probably looking to catch up the last like 30 chapters or 40 chapters I haven't read. But I definitely felt like season 2 was not captivating for me.
It's a lot slower.
They introduced a lot of new characters, and it was hard for you to care
to feel as engaged. Yeah,
yes.
I agree.
Which I think is just the normal difficulty of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Dandadan has never had that problem.
It is picking up now. I would say Chainsaw Man. My condolences because I saw that you got spoiled.
I got spoiled on it, man. I am so pissed because I got spoiled, and I'm just like, Twitter right now because I use For You on Twitter. Because like
it defaults to For You.
Yeah,
so like,
and so like I use it and like it shows me like anime manga Twitter and it's just like
I saw that same account. I saw that same account with the same spoiler, and I was fucking pissed. And I read the bio. I went to his bio because I don't follow this account, and it says not spoiler free in their bio, and I'm just like, that fucking sucks that I just got spoiled on this shit. Like I did not want to see this. I literally blocked the account because
I need to block it next time.
Yeah, I blocked the account, but like, yeah, I'm trying to avoid using the For You on Twitter now, just because like you just see like straight up spoilers for like things that you're watching or seeing or reading. So yeah, it's like Twitter knows what you like, the type of content you like, but like will not distinguish between like obviously it's not gonna somehow be able to distinguish between spoiler and non-spoilers. But I read that chapter before I saw that, and when I heard that you got spoiled on it, that just fucking sucks. So yeah.
I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
Speaking about manga, though, we did have a book club that we asked people to read a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
Probably like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And we had the book club on the manga. Oh, let me say this way. We've had a lot of book clubs beforehand where we'd ask readers or watchers to read with us as we cover whatever. We started with Centauria.
No, we've had some bangers. Centauria
was awesome. Bonoji, awesome.
Great. If you like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think
was it only those 2?
So far, I think so.
Yeah.
And then our third one, this one was my recommendation. I will take the blame for this. Was I dropped this shit in 5 chapters. I'm just gonna go ahead and say this was unbearably hard to read.
I also dropped into 5 chapters. It's called Skeleton Double.
Yes, he read 10, I think 5.
No,
10?
I thought I read 10 because it felt like I read 10 chapters like it was excruciating.
I am so sorry. Like for everything else, I fully read it, or I read at least half of it. And this one was like, even though this is technically our job, it was painful to read. Like because I recommended it because I saw the first chapter and I was kind of interested. I think the first chapter does the best at hooking you. You see, it's a story about a father that just randomly gets like levitated and just killed in the middle of a street. And then you flash forward into the son's perspective, and then he gets a skeleton as a package.
Yeah, he gets like a fucking like a skull with like an exclamation mark and then like an upside down exclamation mark as eyes.
Yeah, as a package from God knows where. And then he ends up being brought into this I guess
like supernatural world of like skeleton fighters. But like I don't know, the system in which they do combat was like so weird to me. Like you could only, what was it exactly? There's like some touching involved and like you had to like switch to forms in order to like regenerate or something, and like I just like did not care for the combat at all, like the way they fought at all.
It was a thing where I personally I thought the art was interesting enough for me to want to read. The first chapter was an interesting enough hook where they introduce the skeleton, and then you find out from a person that intervenes that the skeleton that he gets that allows him to become, I don't know, a skeletal fighter, so to speak, is the same person that killed his father. And so like, I'm like, okay, the hook's there. Let's see what happens. And as he meets, I guess, other people in the supernatural and they beat him up, he gets saved by a girl in the next couple chapters. And gonna be real with you, this shit just sucks. He immediately starts training with this girl to bring out the power of blood. I think it was blood, right?
I want to say yes.
Yes. And each person has their own specific power. And I'm just like, I'm not engaged. I'm not even intrigued about where it's gonna go. The only thing slightly keeping me in it is I kind of like how the art looks, but overall, it was brutal for me to try to read through this. I would rather read 20 trash isekais than read through this. Maybe it picks up hella hard in 10 chapters, but like I feel like 5, especially given that like the first one's 45 chapters, it was a good enough look for me to be like, I'm not about this. I could kind of see, I don't know, I can't really say I could see why I got dropped in 36 chapters, but I wasn't feeling the grip of a popular or like a good article. I feel like there's a lot of things that like maybe got canceled, where like you can kind of tell where like it didn't really kind of feel that great. And this is one of those things where like maybe it had a lot of the pieces, but like never really, the story never felt great. The way that the interactions happened felt kind of not great either. I think that a lot of times that when people think of Chainsaw Man, they're like, oh shit, something random happened and it was awesome. I feel like it's never truly that random. Like the mangaka does like a good idea of, even if it's a random thing, tied it in well and then playing off of it really well, even if it is something out there. I felt like this one, I'll give this like a fucking 3.
It was excruciating. I genuinely wasn't even sure how it got as many chapters as it did. I just found the whole battle system to be really either boring or convoluted. I found the character designs to be really mid as well. The villain character design, I was very forgettable. It's kind of like, it's like specific, but I found the way he drew mouths was really unappealing.
Oh, I kind of liked how he drew characters, but when you're drawing characters that are like modern day characters, they can't really have that much drip, is how I feel. But maybe that's not true. Maybe that you can, and I am just giving it too little credit.
You're giving it too much credit. I
maybe
think
too
personally.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a tough read. I think I dropped it about 5 chapters in, and you know what? Sometimes our reading clubs, it's a bust, and that's okay.
This was my fault. I'm so sorry.
Listen, it's okay. I think
I'm actually removing it from my reading list right now, because I can't.
In terms of what I want out of the book club, I just want it to be an opportunity for us to read potentially interesting things that we maybe normally wouldn't. And I think that's what we did here. We read something that had the potential to be something interesting, and unfortunately, this time it just wasn't. So, you know, maybe you guys liked it though, and if you did, that's awesome. Well, maybe not awesome because it got axed if you liked it, but like, you know what I mean. But yeah, I was thinking that since Scarra recommended this last one, I was thinking I would recommend the next one. And I wanted to actually go for something a little more mainstream, but something that me and Scarra are not caught up on, or me, like I've hardly read like 10 chapters of.
Okay.
So what I want us to read is Sakamoto Days.
Banger.
Yeah.
Like Sakamoto Days is super good. When I was reading it going into the offices of Shonen Jump, and I was so happy because it's a unique premise that I think the art is brilliant for, and it's supposed to be like kind of a comedic action, and I think they do it pretty fucking well.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much more because I feel like it's been a while since I've read it, so like I'm not caught up to date. But I definitely have read over like 80, 100 chapters of it.
It's about 170-ish chapters last I checked. I have read a little bit. I've read like 10 chapters. So it didn't really hook me though. But then the thing is, I hear how much people love it though. So I'm thinking like, okay, let me give this another shot, you know? Especially since it's getting an anime. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because I don't know what it's going to feel like on the reread. Generally speaking, like I do remember I enjoyed it a lot, but I ended up dropping it around chapter 110. And usually if I do that, it's because like some parts are slow. I'm fully caught up and it's like a slow arc. And I think maybe that ended up happening. So I'm really interested to see kind of why I did it and if I have any complaints about it. Because I remember reading it at the same time as Mashle season, and Mashle was finishing up, like fully finished.
Mm-hmm.
And I preferred reading that Mashle over Sakamoto Days.
Oh, interesting.
Which is maybe because it was literally at the final peak of the final arc finishing. But I was in Japan being like, interesting that I chose this one over that one.
Did you like Mashle? What would you rate it out of 10? Because I also finished it.
7.5.
I think I'd also give it like a 7.5.
I definitely, okay, so anytime I rate anything, my rating system blows. Anytime I rate anything a 7, I would recommend to other people.
Yeah.
7.5, a little bit above that. And then like anything in the 8.5 and above there territory is probably close to like just incredible.
I would say like 5 to 6s.
I would never.
I would read, but not recommend, unless other people.
Unless they're very specific.
Like it's like a lot of isekai garbage is in the 5 to 6 zone, like 4 to 6 zone even.
I was gonna say 5 is.
I mean, but there are there are isekais in the 4 to 6 range that I would happily read, but like not recommend unless there are other people I know, like yourself, who also enjoy reading 4 to 6 isekai garbage. So, yeah.
So think the reason why I liked it so much was that it never fell off from focusing first on the fact that it's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Even at the very, very last arc where like they're fighting like the penultimate boss.
Yeah.
It always incorporated like humorous moments.
It was so humor first, yeah.
Where you could, and I liked that it never fell away from that. That really made it for me, cemented it as something where it's like, I'm not really into gag manga, but it had its place.
It never took itself too seriously, even in the final arcs, and they were still like pretty hyped. So like, I still liked it.
The reason why I was looking at my phone while you were talking right there before, when you're leading up to Sakamoto Days, is I was trying to figure out if there's something recently that I've read that I really loved. I don't even know if there's anything, and that's really crazy. I think for me, there's a couple things I read every week that I love. And there's some things that have moved up and down the list. And for me, the things that I will nonstop be like, I fucking love this. Pick Me Up, I think has just cemented itself as my favorite manga. Period.
Does it have new chapters recently?
It has like a new chapter every week. It's
like
100.
I probably like 5 or 6 chapters.
Yeah. But it generally speaking is just like very fucking good.
Okay,
I'm just so impressed. Maybe it gets slow like a little bit when you're reading it, whatever, week by week. But I'm so fucking impressed with it. Aside from that, I think Return to Mount Hua Sect.
Oh, you're reading that?
Is just the best Muram based one, where every week it feels like stuff's happening. There's a lot of progress. The guy is OP, but it feels like it focuses a lot on his. You know when you have a super overpowered protagonist, it focuses a lot about how he brings the whole sect up, and so he's training his entire sect. Yeah. Yes. And a lot of them are who you start to care about.
Okay.
and the interactions from starting from the bottom and going upwards.
Okay.
And every week it's super fucking good. Other stuff I'm looking at is Dandadan.
Yeah.
Every fucking week. Read, it's fucking great. I was gonna say, I have all these like manhwa that I read, but I'm not really sure it's good. There's like kind of complete trash. Some of them. Centuria, I'm reading on a weekly basis. And it's definitely like right now
it's reaching a turning point right now.
It's peaking.
Yeah.
In terms of like, sorry, peaking is the wrong word. It's getting to the point where action's about to happen, and you could tell it's the formation of what's gonna shift the next couple of chapters.
Yeah.
So I'm very invested. But before that, it was like hey, we're all doing a great time. We're having a great job. And I'm like, okay, this is like an Eldritch horror world, and you're not allowed to have a good time. Like, just straight up. If anyone's having too good of a time, someone's dying.
Yeah.
And like, it's just like
there's too much peace.
All the death flags were just flying out for a couple of chapters. And I'm like, just waiting for action to happen because some shit is going to happen. And it's fucking going to blow up. But like, that's for me, a lot of things that I look forward to every week. Like, I look at those and I'm like, that's my heart of hearts, peak of peaks kind of weekly stuff. And I was, what do you kind of look forward to?
Looking forward to, I don't know about but
like you said, Chainsaw Man recently has been hella good.
Hella good is
not
exactly okay. I'm not saying it's hella good, but like the plot is picking up.
Okay,
I would say that like the last like 10 chapters or so were like okay, but like I wasn't feeling super invested in it because original Chainsaw Man kind of felt like a nonstop roller coaster ride, but like
fucking loved it.
But like, you know, I think the pace slowed down a bit, which is fine because like it's a new arc, new season, whatever. But I think with the recent events, like the story is picking up again, and now I'm like, oh shit, like I'm like reinvested again. So I can't speak on the quality just yet because like this isn't like, it's like things are just happening.
But is there anything interesting that you're reading or new or just like what do you fucking love to read?
Dude, well, I'm still reading The Greatest Real Estate Developer. I'm like caught up. It's so fucking good. I love it. That's my pick me up. Like I'm gonna go back and read Pick Me Up because I really like Pick Me Up too. But like Greatest Real Estate Developer, I want to give a lot of love to. I'm back on my like school romance bullshit.
Okay.
There's a new romance manga called Hima 10 that just released their first chapter. Their first chapter, and it's very tropey, so fucking tropey off of rip.
But
main character guy is a dude that is like he's a house cleaner, or like he's in school, but he makes money for himself by like cleaning houses and shit. He's like very tidy, good at cooking, like he's that type. Which I swear to God has been something that so many different manga have been doing for like romance. Like off the top of my head, that's like the main character Nisekoi is also like very good housekeeper. Like there's so many different shonen manga, like shonen romance manga that have like the good housekeeper.
Where the main kid has to eventually turn into that because his dad left. And he has to take care of.
They're like self-sufficient.
He has to take care of his little sister. Yeah, no, I got it. Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
There's a new girl in school. She's hella popular. She's like a social media influencer. Really popular, really sweet, really pretty, really nice. Like the whole 9 fucking yards.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that this girl is a fucking huge mess at home. This girl's a huge mess at home, and she hired him to clean her house, and that's their relationship. So like
one chapter.
You
are just
literally
sick.
Off rip, just like the most tropey school romance, and I fucking love it. I'm down. That made me I started rereading Nisekoi because of it.
You have a problem.
I have a problem.
I make fun of you for Nisekoi because that is.
Listen, man. Like, I love shitty school romances. That's like my thing. I fucking love that shit. So
I can't say anything because I nonstop read shitty isekais, and like to the point where like I'm like, damn, I don't even want to tell you guys some of the stuff I'm looking at. Where it's like, okay, this one is shit is just. I don't know if this is a shitty isekai. This one looks like a shitty isekai. That's a shitty isekai. I'm in my like super manhwa arc where like I'm trying to read a new one every day, and for no reason. I'm just like hoping to find a gem. But like a lot of them are like, oh, the art is too generic, or the tropes are too like it's not interesting enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll find one gem every 8 I read.
That's pretty high.
But like the stuff I read is like 40 chapters minimum.
Oh, I see.
So like 1 in every 8 does not feel. It feels like I'm wasting a lot of time.
I see.
But you know what? It's all for fun. It's all great. You know.
That's been basically what I've been reading though. I haven't been reading too much just because I've been so busy with Anime Expo. Like I've never spent this much time at an Anime Expo, but
Same.
I'm kind of getting back in my grind again, and
I finally did the thing. I don't know what tossing. I'm tossing LSC. The plot's too generic, too not interesting.
I think maybe you just pick it up when it finishes.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, okay, so I'm a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
And I do not keep up with anime news at all. I don't even know if that's a good excuse for this. I didn't even know. Okay, I didn't know that Demon Slayer season 3 came out.
Oh.
I didn't know that Demon Slayer season 4 came out.
I knew that, but I only knew because I saw the clips of people falling to Infinity Castle. And for people that don't know, Infinity Castle is like a big fighting arc in Demon Slayer. It's the arc that I stopped reading on. And it's being turned into a movie.
Yeah. So I thought that the last thing Demon Slayer related that came out was Tengen.
Yeah.
So when people told me that the whole like Swordsmith Village arc came out in the anime too, I was like, I had no fucking idea. And then I had also no fucking idea that season 4 also finished. Like it's done.
I just think it's so funny because like people hated Zenitsu like for like every season.
I still hate Zenitsu.
But like now like Zenitsu kind of looks like he's about to go badass. And now people are like, yo, I was his biggest fucking fan. Yo, I've liked this guy from day one. And I'm like, these guys are as fake as us, man.
No.
Fake.
Listen,
fucking.
I am always will be a Zenitsu hater. I fucking fuck that guy. I hate that character so much. He's fucking annoying.
I think he's fucking annoying, but some of his fights go hard.
No, yeah, his fights go hard. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think his fighting style and like his fight scenes are fucking badass. But him as a character, I do not fuck with at all. I hate him.
But I'm excited. I'm not gonna watch any of the anime. I'm just waiting for the castle.
Okay.
So for me, like, Demon Slayer peaked during the train movie, and I'm assuming that they're gonna spend a lot of fucking money and it's gonna be hella good in the Infinity Castle arc. So I am excited for the new movie. Probably not gonna watch any of the existing anime.
I started watching season 4 with Anita though.
So,
like, it's been enjoyable. I like it. Like it's just like Demon Slayer is kind of like a comfy watch in some ways.
I think the art is so good, but it does look like Paper Mario.
It does look like.
I literally watched it. I'm like, this is fucking Paper Mario, but it's Demon Slayer.
It does look like Paper Mario. I completely agree. But yeah,
the action looks crazy.
The action does look really good. Like even like the early episodes with the Hashiras like kind of sparring against each other have been pretty cool. So I don't know. I think it's nice. I'm just catching up on that now. That's like one of the few anime that I'm like watching at the moment. I'm still trying to finish Steins Gate though.
Wait, the funniest thing that you guys have to know is that I've been brainwashing Peter recently when I've been around, because I've been around for all of AX. And the two things that have been stuck in my head is the Watashi wa star.
You will not like
the fucking Megan Thee Stallion song. So Megan Thee Stallion is fucking crazy, okay? And her newest album came out, and she's got one where she fucking says in Japanese, and the other one where she literally uses the English voice actor of Yuji from Jujutsu. Is it Yuji?
Yeah.
From Jujutsu Kaisen?
The English VA for Yuji Itadori saying, "I want a girl with a fat ass like Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion."
And it's like, just what a crazy fucking sample. And I've been loving her stuff recently. She's a hardcore anime fan. She has all these fucking cosplays. I saw that she did Death the Kid, my fucking favorite cosplay of her. Fucking insane.
Yeah.
And then on top of the Watashi wa sta, I also like my dear friend Nishi.
Yeah, Scarra and I just watched the first episode of the Deer anime, and it's pretty.
It's good. The opening is like complete brain rot. Like it's just very catchy, super awesome, and I think it's cool. I think it's awesome. But yeah. I've just been messing with Peter the whole time.
Yeah, he keeps phrasing it as he's messing with me.
Peter loves it.
I genuinely think that he does it on his own. Like he's by himself. He's in the shower. He's taking a shit. Like he's walking outside. He's laying in bed. And I swear to God, this guy's probably just singing "Watashi wa sta."
Yeah.
Kira. So yeah, I heard that the entire fucking weekend. And you know what? I'm rooting for you. I'm manifesting that you and Megan meet. I hope you guys hang out.
I would be so intimidated. I don't think I could ever do that.
Yeah, it's okay, man. I mean, I think she's hella cool, and I'm rooting for you, bro. So, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Oh, we're being told that you can hire Megan Thee Stallion, but I'm sure that it costs too. Did you see the there's the richest family in Asia. It's like I think the Ambanis or something. They're I think an Indian family, or
I have no idea.
okay. So they for like they've hired like they just hired Justin Bieber $10 million. So like whatever the cost is, they'll go for it.
So we just need to do whatever the Ambanis are doing.
Yeah, they have like emerald necklaces that are like the most like super disgustingly expensive. They've hired essentially all these artists to perform for millions of dollars, and no one's gonna say no because they're like the most powerful family in Asia. So they are just super well known, and like that's what we gotta do to get Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
he's gotta
build an empire.
Sneak a couple mil. Real quick though, last thing, can we go to that list? So we are looking at the Manga Plus list rankings of the hottest manga online, and I saw this right as we started the podcast, and I am kind of, I don't know about upset, but it's very interesting to see the rankings. So Peter, would you like to go over the rankings of the top 5 right now in order?
Starting from the bottom.
From
the bottom of the top 5.
Okay, so number 5.
So number 5, we've got My Hero Academia, which I think makes sense.
This is ending soon. I'm not a huge fan, but I've heard the recent series a lot of fighting, a lot of maybe cool stuff. It's ending, I think, in 5 chapters or less than 5 chapters.
It's ending very soon. For sure. Number 4, we've got One Piece.
Surprise!
Which is lower than I thought.
I am so shocked. One Piece is number 4.
I'm assuming that this is in the U.S. though.
Yeah, this is probably
and not overall.
I mean, it's the Japanese site. I can tell.
Isn't it Japanese? Oh, it is. I don't know. Well, I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen is in 3rd.
Okay, that is. I think they're on the arc which is like nonstop action, so
it's like incredibly entertaining for people who are following. I think
it makes sense.
Yep,
I'm not caught up, and I tried to dodge spoilers like the plague, and it is so hard to dodge Jujutsu Kaisen spoilers. I swear to God, this is the hardest manga to dodge. Period.
Speaking of spoilers, we couldn't dodge. We've got Chainsaw Man in number 2.
Yeah.
And which makes sense. Well, actually, this is higher than I thought it would be. I'm
surprised it's this high.
I thought One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen would be higher.
I thought One Piece would like be here.
Yeah. Not that I'm saying that I like Chainsaw Man less than the other 2 properties. I just didn't think it would be as popular. So Chainsaw Man is number 2. But like with the recent chapter, maybe that's why there's a surge in votes. But in number 1, we've got Boruto.
Shocker. I am so surprised that is first.
I don't know a single person who reads Boruto. I don't know a single person who has talked about Boruto. I know nothing about Boruto. I feel like the only things I know about Boruto are from TikTok.
Broden and TikTok are how I learned about Boruto. I heard post time skip Boruto is really interesting. And I think a lot of Boruto gets really bad rep from the anime who like the first like I don't know more than dozen episodes were not source material. So it's like the first parts were bad.
So I guess the Boruto manga is the way to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you could start at like some later episode because it definitely felt there were like so much filler at the very beginning from what I heard. Okay. But maybe I might start picking it up.
Maybe we book club this sometime.
Yes, because I'm very shocked it's so high.
Because if it's number 1, it's like not even just top 5. It's literally the top. So
yeah, it's just it being One Piece is a shock to me.
Yeah, I mean, with the popularity of these other series and like what's going, like My Hero Academia is ending soon, and it's in number 5. So like, it makes me think that like Boruto must be fucking good, or like there's something about it, you know?
Something there.
Yeah.
All right, can we scroll down a bit? I gotta see the 6s and okay. I don't even know Mad.
I know Mad. This is the alien one, I believe.
Number 6 is Mad.
Yeah. Kaiju number 8 is 7, which
I'm surprised it's this high. I think reading this shit is fucking terrible. Like terrible, but like it's a struggle.
Oh shit. Drunk Bullet. This is also something I've been kind of reading. It's like about a war veteran that loves alcohol. Like he's an alcohol enthusiast and he's come back from the war during Prohibition in America.
Prohibition?
Yeah, so he's an alcoholic trying to seek out high quality alcohol, but it's also like a combat like fighting action series.
Is it good?
I read 2 chapters. It's okay.
Okay, Drunk Bullet is 10. Okay.
It's okay.
There's 4 chapters out.
The art's good though. I will
Okay.
say the art's very good.
All right, the number 8, number 9, Oshinoko, it's Spike's Family. I think if this is a English list, which it might be, very well could be, Oshinoko in the West feels like it got a lot of flack because of the
incestuous
overtones. A lot of people don't like it after that, but I would say like maybe in Japan it's still pretty popular. Like definitely like it still has Idol, the like award winning song. I think people still probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
For me, Spy Family, I dropped very early on.
I'm actually caught up on Spy Family.
How is it?
It's
is it still too? For me, it didn't have too much plot, and so it felt like too slice of lifey for me.
Well, right now, it's kind of covering the atrocities of war. Like it does a I don't know how much of a spoiler this is because it's like a flashback. So basically it's covering like the history of the principal, like the headmaster.
Oh.
And like his his past. And right now it's pretty fucking dark, to be honest. It's like really fucking dark. Like it shows like war crimes in the trenches type of dark.
Oh, that's
it's pretty fucked
really
up.
dark. That's way different than I thought.
Like this is like a little spoilery. I'm gonna just this is a little bit of spoilers, but basically, there's a scene where the headmaster's love interest is basically sent to the front line to fight in like an all woman battalion, and then when the women actually are like there and they see the horrors of war, like a lot of them like they weren't trained for that situation because their battalion I think was mostly for like PR.
Okay.
And when they try to retreat, one of the commanders, like the company leaders, sees the retreating women and he shoots them in the head and kills them.
It shows that?
It shows that. It literally shows like the bullet hitting her in the head.
I thought it was more fluffy.
Yeah, so that's the thing. This whole arc, it's not really an arc, but like the last like 5 to 10 chapters have kind of been
dark.
Yeah, I was not really I mean, the thing is, Spy Families has had like violence and murder. Like for example, early on, Yor is a fucking assassin killing people with needles to the head and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, it was kind of just showing like the horrible things that happen in war, and like I was not expecting it, and like for that reason, I'm pretty like drawn to it right now. So I like it. Like I was not expecting to like it.
I think the darker it is, the more interesting it is.
I still wish it had a faster update cycle, but I think it's good. I like it. I'm not saying it's like amazing, but I think it's good.
Okay. Kagurabashi.
Not reading it. No current plans to read it.
I'm on 10 and I think it's on 40.
Yeah.
So like maybe it gets a lot better.
Reddit really likes it. So
I might try again. It feels so shoehorned. Like I don't know. I think maybe the early hype really turned me off from it because like it came out and I was like not like wow. I was like
I think the combat is a little generic from what I've initially read. Like the combat was not that interesting to me. And also the artwork kind of reminded me of like early Boruto, but like worse. So I don't know. I'll probably give it another shot later. Yeah, Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi. I've
never heard of.
I've seen. It's new. It's a new series.
Oh, it's okay. Well, that I'm interested. If it could beat the next 2, I'm interested.
I want to say I read the first chapter.
Okay,
but I don't remember anything about it.
Next 2, Sakamoto Days.
I mean,
I don't know where it is in the arc. Maybe it's trending lower now. It's good. Like it's just good. I'm very curious to see. I'm surprised it's 13.
Yeah, we're gonna book club this, but yeah.
14 is I'm fucking shocked.
I'm shocked. Okay, like I'm shocked, but also I feel like Dandadan has never been as popular. I'm hoping that with the anime release, it becomes like hella popular.
The only thing I can think of about this is if these are like trending updates, because I think it's like heat. It's based by like heat, right? It's like 120 people heated this. It's the arc that they're currently in had some slow moments. I ended up dropping it for like probably a month and then picking it back up later, a month or 2. So I can see that.
I think right now it's really good.
Yes,
but
like it just got really good.
Yeah,
but like I could see it. Next one,
Shiba Inu Rooms. I actually read the first chapter of this. This is pretty cute. It's basically about a girl moving into a cheap apartment. Maybe okay. I kind of read this while I was lying in bed, and I was like kind of falling asleep. From what I remember, I might be wrong. It's like a girl who found a really cheap apartment, and it's haunted by the spirit of a very angry dead Shiba Inu. So I remember it being pretty cute. But yeah, I
Okay.
want to say it doesn't have many chapters out right now, but I thought it was fine. It was cute.
Okay. And last but not least, we're skipping straight to 20. Tell them what's there.
Yeah, we got Hema 10. Wow, I can't believe you skipped Ruri Dragon though at 18.
Well, I mean,
That's still pretty low.
It came back from like a fucking billion year.
It's been like
I have not been reading it.
I feel like it's just like the timing is bad now. Like people kind of lost interest.
Yes, where like I'm surprised Centuria is that low, but I think recently like the chapters were building up to something.
Yeah.
That like are just getting there. I can't believe Centuria is behind your stupid Hema 10.
I mean, I think it's just like a first chapter romance. I think school romances are just like popular. So it's more of like indicative of the genre and not the quality of the series. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, Blue Box, I like their romance is developing really well. I don't really read Hokkaido Gals are super adorable.
That's all I got, man. I'm not even reading the other stuff, and I think like 20 is kind of deep. Like the top 20 in Manga Plus, like that feels like we've dug quite a lot.
There's probably more that are like deeper down the list that we were just not looking at.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts on like the top 20.
Okay, well, I think that's it for our podcast today. Thank you for joining us for episode 15. I hope you guys enjoyed our kind of AX recap and talking a little bit about what we're reading right now.
Yeah. Thank you to all the people who came up and said hello to us, took pictures.
Dude, a lot of people.
Like the Fake Fans
yeah,
podcast.
A lot of people said that they were like fans of the Fake Fans podcast, which I understand. It's like the perfect area to find people who are fans of that. But it does motivate us to keep doing it.
Yeah, it's cool to like just see people like real fleshy human beings saying like, "Hey, I like the podcast."
We asked them, a lot of them, like, what's your worst take? And they were just like,
what's our worst take?
Oh, yeah. And they were like, I didn't like Silver Spoon that much. 2 people of all the people we met said they liked Silver Spoon.
Yep.
He took a picture with one of them.
That's 2 more people.
Yep.
That's 2 more people who got into Silver Spoon who had not known about Silver Spoon until me.
That is a plus. That is looking at the positive. Anyways, see you guys later. Tell us how much you hate Silver Spoon in the comments below. Peace.
That's fucked up. What?